Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
Okay, Bob Marley, the biopic, however they say it. Bob Marley, One Love, I think is the name of the movie. What'd you guys think? Go ahead.
Great soundtrack.
Well, wait. Was the movie a soundtrack though, or was it? Was there a movie?
Well, I guess I did learn a couple things. I didn't know that the whites had gangs in Jamaica.
They had proxy gangs, bro.
So after they lost colonialism, the English over Jamaica, two white gang leaders took over Jamaica. I didn't know that.
It's whatever. You know, shit happens, man.
And I didn't know how bad toe cancer was.
It's really bad, apparently. Yeah. I mean, it seems so canned the way all these things apparently happened. It makes me feel like I'm just watching a movie. That's not very good either.
Yeah. And I didn't know that a white guy killed Bob Marley with kicking him in the groin and stepping on his foot in soccer game.
Well, this dude's handles were like next world. Like he's a magician with a soccer ball in his hand or at his feet. My bad. And yeah, he put some moves on Bob, and Bob got wrecked. That was it. That was it for Bob, right there. No, I get it. Right? They wanted to show how he discovered. I think that's like somewhat of a famous story or something, kind of famous. That after this injury, he discovered that he had man, this shit ain't healing. So you're fucked up, and here's what you have. That's why you're not healing. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Got it. But it's like, the movie looked like 95% of the movie is just a Bob Marley soundtrack. The rest, which is awesome, and the rest are just Wikipedia entries. In fact, they actually do the YouTube style like text on screen. Like, bro, use a different font, fade it in, fade it out, do something like. Just a little bit more effort with that. Like, don't be lazy like me. Like, I'm a lazy asshole. Don't be like me. Use your budget on something, man. Get some.
Hollywood's trying to fucking take YouTube down, bro.
I don't know. But kind of not there for me movie. Like, I just whatever.
It was still Bob Marley's story, and I didn't really know it, so I got to give it credit there. But boy, was it actually fucking boring for Bob Marley.
I mean, if you're a fan of Bob Marley already, this might actually those guys might complain a lot. To be honest with you, I don't know.
I'm not even like a Bob Marley fan. It's just the respect for who he was and the general knowledge of like what he was about.
Yeah, but like if you're a Bob Marley fan, like I wonder if they feel like the vibe of Bob Marley was actually caught instead of trying to create a vibe about him. It's more about just play his song and then you'll get it from there, like from the actual Bob Marley, which is right his song or whatever.
Well, you had to, because every time the dude talked, you didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
I'll leave that where it is. But yeah.
But they over enunciate. You saw that every fucking thing they said, like they did full open mouth, like so you could read his lips. Showing his teeth to talk.
Yeah. Well, the guy's not a bad actor. Whoever the guy, like, I'm not gonna. He's trying to.
I wouldn't know if he got his lines correct or not.
Whatever. I mean, I could see it going either way for a Bob Marley fan. Either all the little intricate stories that like real in-depth fans look for is probably missing from this movie. But if you're a fan of the music and you just want to like vibe out for an hour and a half and just like, oh, I get to hear Bob Marley music and get a little bit of drama mixed in there and a little bit about his life mixed in there. Oh, I enjoyed that. Like I could see it going either way. But for me personally, not liking it too much. It's not my
I
shit.
recommend it to the deaf.
What?
I recommend it to the deaf.
Oh, I thought you said the deaf. Like
No.
people who can't hear and
Do-
shit. Like what
Yeah,
you
that's what I
recommended this
said.
movie for them?
That's what I said.
Why? That's just cruel. Why would you do that?
Because the over enunciation. They can read his lips the whole time.
I'm telling. There's so much music in here that that's cruel to go there. But it's kind of like this is one of those movies where I don't have much to say, man. I'm not passionate about it to where I'm like so angry or so happy about it or whatever. It's just, well, I saw it, and
Right.
that's where I'm at.
I'm feeling a flat 7 on this.
I gotta go lower, man. I gotta go lower.
Like it was kind of a history lesson. Thank you.
Okay, but it's like I'm not watching this for. You want to? Okay, if you have Bob Marley as this impactful fucking historical dude, right? And the idea of revolution from music, to fucking the way the dude lived his life, and some of the events that happened, like you want that to be captured. Like sometimes you don't have to be such a stickler for the exact historical details. Like, oh, Bob played soccer, hurt his toe, then he found out he had okay, fair enough. But it comes off as canned and like you just read a Wikipedia page, as opposed to let's fucking trigger a revolution. Let's get the vibe of what people saw Bob Marley as. Let's hit that vibe and turn it into a movie. That's what that's what I would have wanted to say.
No, what this was reading Wikipedia, playing a Bob Marley soundtrack behind you.
While smoking a joint, yes. Like all of that rolled into one, no pun intended. Yeah, that'd probably be it. So just for how mundane and like kind of non-impactful for me, like when the character says revolution in the movie, I don't feel a fucking thing.
It didn't even, you know how like if they're doing like a music thing and like here comes a hit song or something in the thing and he's on stage, like they amp the volume up for like him opening with whatever the opening part of the song is. They didn't even change the fucking volumes for things.
Well, that's I understand like that when you start getting into minute details like sure. Okay, that's worthy of looking at, but at the same time, like your story better be your story. Like the core of the movie should be on point. So if you're missing that for me, then I don't even care about your fucking audio mixer. You know, at a certain point, like I don't fuck it. Who cares? Honestly.
Hey, how deep did they dive into the two gang leaders? They didn't.
Not
They
much
just
at all.
said they
said their names. Basically.
They caused mayhem, then they got arrested, and then they got out and intimidated him to come back to Jamaica, saying we'll provide you protection. Like, oh, that's it. That's it about the gang shit. Like, they didn't show any struggling on the streets.
Well, it's like a Wikipedia fucking entry. I bet the movie like just is like a copy of whatever we saw on fucking Wikipedia. Towards like, man, I hate saying this shit. Did ChatGPT fucking write this script or something? Like that, it has to be asked, man. Because like, come on, like capture the vibe of it. How do you not? You have all his music. Yeah, apparently this movie got all of his catalog to be able to use, right? To where you can set things up as far as narrative, tone, all of this, with the backdrop of his fucking music to create a vibe of like this is what people felt when they listened to Bob Marley. So I'm asking, did the people who made this movie, are they actually fans of him?
He got shot before the 10-minute mark in this movie.
That's time sequence. It's whatever.
And he got shot, his manager got shot, and his wife got shot before the 10-minute mark, and them recovering was over by the 11th minute mark.
If you want, like, if someone was like, I just wanted to capture like what Bob Marley's about, as far maybe not him the person, right? We don't know that, and it's not right to speak for the guy at all, but like what fans felt when they listened to his music, like I think you can find that. I think you can capture that. And if you started the movie right at the moment of where he got the diagnosis, like, yeah, this is bad, and you're gonna die soon. Like some shit like that happened, like the very beginning of the movie. It's like you can fill out the rest of the movie and make it look fine and capture everything that you probably want to capture.
What's that Magic Johnson movie?
Oh, the show, Showtime, winning time.
Opened with it when they opened with them finding out he was gonna get AIDS. He had AIDS.
Yes, they did that. But
and then they filled it all.
The set ending of the show, like, I mean, they kind of left that in oblivion. But that sounds like HBO saying, like, okay, you're done. You guys are done now. All right, better fucking rush and wrap this shit up. But whatever. For me, God, 6.8, 6.9 in that territory. It's like you have just average, right? But then your movie is so fucking mundane and just like a drag. I enjoyed the music, but I'm not gonna let that trick me into thinking that what I saw in front of me. Like I can just go on YouTube and go down a Bob Marley playlist if I'm here for the music. I'm here for the movie, and the movie was fucking lacking to me. So it's so mundane, it has to fall below average to me. That's where we're at for me, you know.
But I did get a little bit of history, and that's why I give it a little higher.
I mean, cool. But did we get Bob Marley in this? As far as what rings in someone's ears when they hear Bob Marley? What rings out? Like Extreme Love or some shit like that, right? Did we get Extreme Love in this movie? Fuck no. Fuckity fuck no.
They did show 8 of his kids. They did show 8 of his kids.
I mean, then just make a Will Chamberlain.
But they left that out. They left that part out.
Well,
entirely.
Yeah. This looked like a lack of risk taking style of just like, let's just say we made a Bob Marley movie instead of making a fucking movie. It's just let's just like we made a Bob Marley movie and we played it very safe, and we followed the storyline on Wikipedia to a fucking T, and here's Bob Marley. Instead of trying to capture something and shake the fucking audience up. You fucking... before I start ranting, man, and I drop my grade even more, I don't want to do that. It's below average. There's my grade, 6.8, 6.9.
I hope they didn't fake him beating up his manager that took a bullet for him. I hope they did.
There's no way they can fake that. If that's made up, that's insanity. He slapped him, kicked him while he was down, walked back, looked for more equipment to pick up and hit him with it. Like he picked up a chair and shit.
Yeah.
He's down to fuck him up. Like the Prince of Reggae Peace was about to beat the shit out of this fucking dude in a random corridor. Like
the one time he fucking fights.
Yeah, I know.
It's his own, like the dude that tried to save his life.
But also, I guess he felt betrayed. But it's like that dude did take like 6 fucking bullets for you, bro. It's like, and then still followed you on tour in London and shit. And
I could not understand what they were saying, so I don't know what the betrayal was.
I actually don't even remember. I'm sure just Wikipedia, you'll fucking find it, and that'll be it. Anyone else here? Jesse, Teddy, Anthony, whoever's here. Do you guys have any comments? No? All right. Personally, I don't recommend unless you're an extreme Bob Marley fan and you want to get angry. Please go ahead. Or maybe you liked it because of all the music. But if you're here for the music, then just go on fucking what do they call it, Pandora or Spotify or some shit, and just listen to a playlist there of Bob Marley or on YouTube or whatever. Go enjoy
But if
that.
you're an extreme Bob Marley fan, you've already basically know his Wikipedia.
Yeah, probably. So you probably just didn't get much there. But whatever. It is what it is. Any other words, Dubster, before I end this? Or no?
It was a great soundtrack.
It's Bob Marley. We know. It's fucking Bob Marley. It's not a soundtrack. It's just Bob Marley's fucking music. But whatever. All right. There's our review of Bob Marley, One Love.